Hi everyone. So I have sent to you the Rondeau, but with the fingerings written in it. So I've written in all the fingerings that we talked about today. So hopefully when you watch this video, you can follow along with the fingerings or match the fingerings I've sent to what you have written on your paper. Again, you can change the fingerings if you would like. So a few of the things that we talked about today, the first one is that this piece was meant for trumpet and timpani. It needs to be very sparkly and very accented and bright. And so we want to stay on the tips of our fingers. We want our fingering to be really clean. We don't want to do long rolled chords. We want things to be crisp and light through this whole piece. And so the first thing that we talked about is the accent at the very beginning of the piece. The first two notes that we have, F and E, they are called a pickup. And so it's not da da da, da 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 da. It's ba da bum ba 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 da ba. Okay, so we really want to have a nice accent on the third finger. So we're going to play 1, 2, 3 on the D. We want a nice accent with that left hand, the first full bar of the piece. Okay, I'll play this just a little bit slower. We have our scale. Okay, so the next thing we talked about was going into the third full bar of the piece. This is a chord. The right hand is A, D, A. And the fingering, we're going to come up from 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to play this chord. Now, I connect the bottom two notes before I play this chord, just so that I don't miss it, so that it's comfortable. We talked a little bit about the idea of anchoring. That's what this is. So watch where I connect my fingers. Okay, so I connect those fingers early. 2 and 3 go on. Okay, then I play the G and then the chord. Okay, so. Okay, so then it's just 2, 2, 2, 1, or whatever fingering you want to do here. Now, it says TR, this is a trill. Normally, you would see maybe more notes being played. The trill can be from an A up to a B. But what we can do here is just make it a grace note, like what we studied last week in the piece that Elizabeth presented to you. So we can do, as our trill, A, B, A. Okay, so right now it just has an A and a trill. A with a TR over top. But we can make it 3, 1, 2. A, B, A. G, F. Okay, then we're going to keep going. 4, 2, 1. Now here's that grace note. I put Elizabeth's fingerings and I put my fingerings on there. So you can choose what you feel more comfortable. Elizabeth did 1, 2, 3, or she did 2, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I'm doing 1, slide to 1, 2, 3, 1. Totally up to you, what you feel comfortable with, what you're practicing. Now here's that arpeggio at bar 9, 1 and a 2 E and a 3. Okay, not okay, not a very harpy. That's beautiful, but it just doesn't fit the style. 1 and a 2 E and a 3. Okay, and then we continue on going into bar 10. This material is the same as the beginning. The right hand and the left hand are the same until we get to, I think, until we get to bar 16. Okay, so everything is the same here. I didn't notate it in a musical way, but in the left hand, the first time through, I had imagined that one would only play D, A, D in the left hand, not the whole chord on the third beat. That would be saved for when it's the fine, when it's the last bar of the piece. So right now, I'm halfway through the piece. I'm on bar 17. I'm going to keep going. I just play in the left hand and the right hand. Both hands go D, A, D in contrary motion. Right hand's going down, left hand's coming up. Okay. Now we're going to pick up to bar 18. We did not do this in class, but I'm going to go through it really quickly now. Pick up to bar 18 is F, G, A. I'm just using ones, you can use twos. There's a lot of movement there. Each hand is kind of moving in its own, so you want to practice that a lot of times. Each hand by itself, practice the right hand a lot, practice the left hand a lot, then put the hands together. It's not that tricky, but there is just a lot of movement, and so these are times to practice hands separate. Now, this is bar 21. There is on the right hand, there's a C, B, C, B, and then the left hand plays an A, E, A chord. Now there's a little line drawn from the B in the right hand down to the A in the left hand, and that is where I've indicated for the right hand to take that top note. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 in the right hand, and the left hand just plays the A and the E on the bottom. Okay, and then this whole material from bar 17 to where we just stopped, it repeats, but it's up an octave now. So good thing for repeats. Where the material changes, but it's just chords and gliss and chord, and then we go back to the beginning take it with your right hand or you can take it with the left hand, but try not to make it too loud, because if it's too loud, the piece ends on an F and we want it to end on a D. So we really want that D to sing out at the end. And that's the Rondeau. Please email if you have any more questions. Have fun practicing.